Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've decided to start vlogging my 4th HCG round. I've already done 3 before and I've lost 26 kilos so far and I have 8 kilos to go. So I've decided to do another round. My 1 year HCG anniversary is in April, I think April the 19th. So my mini goal is to get to my goal weight by then. So I thought I'd bring you guys along for my vlog. I haven't done this before, so I'm going to be a newbie with this sort of thing and just show you my daily life as much as I can of what I eat and how I go in my 4th round. In my previous rounds, 1 and 2, I did really well. I lost about 300 to 500 grams a day. I use Nature's Body homeopathic patches. So today's day 3. I'm a little late to the game. It's the morning of day 3, so I've done 2 days prior. I don't load with the patches because you don't need to load. And I've been following keto. So my weight loss on the first day, excuse me, isn't going to be as dramatic as my first round, say when I had carb loaded my normal lifestyle, and then I lost something like 1.5 kilos in 1 day. So obviously it's not going to be anything like that. I put the patches on the night before because I find that it just really helps to get the HCG in there and makes the first day easier. I lost 200 grams from the previous day, putting the patches on at night time, waking up day 1, 200 grams down. Then day 2 in the morning, so from day 1 I'd lost 400 grams, and now day 3 in the morning I've now lost another 400 grams. So that is 1 kilo I've lost by the morning of day 3, which is really good. Normally it's about 2 to 3 kilos a week that you lose, so I'm on track. Day 1 I was hungry, not really hungry, but was thinking about food a lot and was trying to figure out what I could eat to satiate me. So I had lots of stevia sweetened ice blocks. I'll show you guys at some point. You can just get them from Woolies and Coles. They're the No Nasties ice blocks. So I had 2 of those. I had some sugar-free jelly, which I made into gummy bears, like little gummy thingies. And I had my 2 meals, which were spaghetti bolognese and a spring roll in a bowl recipe. So I meal prepped that on the first day, and I had spring roll in a bowl for lunch. Breakfast was that's right, I used a protein shake and then I added some cauliflower into it to make it like a thick shake. So I had an iced coffee protein thick shake. And then for dinner I had steak with swede chips with it. They're really good. So swede is a low carb root vegetable and it tastes a little bit like sweet potato, I guess. So that's a really nice alternative if you're craving chips to have swede. Still make it exactly the same way as you would make normal potato chips. So that's what I had day 1. Day 2, I wasn't hungry at all. Day 1 I had like 2.5 litres of water as well to try and satiate my hunger. Day 2 wasn't hungry at all. I'd say probably my hunger levels were like 1 out of 10. I had a bulletproof coffee in the morning at some point and it took a few hours to get through it, to be honest. I was pretty busy doing things that day, so I didn't really think about food and I wasn't hungry either. So I thought, oh well, I'll stretch it out and see how far I can go. And I had lunch at 3 o'clock. I had to leave at 3 o'clock to go somewhere, so I made lunch before I went. And I had a chicken Greek salad. Then I went out, came home about 8 o'clock, and I heated up the spaghetti bolognese, and I had cabbage noodles with it. So I'd already prepped up some shredded cabbage the day before into 100-gram bags, and it was really nice. I think it's better than zucchini noodles. It's not, zucchini noodles can be quite wet. This wasn't wet at all, and I think I do like it better than zucchini noodles. So that's what I had yesterday. I didn't have any snacks. I had 1 litre of water, which I had my collagen and my electrolytes in. I didn't drink enough water, obviously, but that's all I had yesterday. Like, chalk and cheese. You can definitely tell that the HCG had kicked in, because like my hunger went from like a, I don't know, maybe a 6 all day, or a 5 all day on the first day, to a 1 out of 10 on day 2. So I haven't had anything. I've had some electrolytes this morning, but I haven't had anything to eat. I'll probably make a bulletproof coffee, and I'll have that. And I'm not sure what I figured out to have today, so I'll bring you along with me. Hi guys, so it is 11:30, and I'm a little bit hungry, but it's really hot today, so I'm gonna have a protein shake. I've already logged it in that's what I could fit in today to make sure that I had the right amount of protein. So I'll flip you around and I'll show you the one that I'm gonna have. So this is it. This is the Scorpion protein that you can get from their website. They're based in New Zealand. I love this, and Elle herself got me onto the Scorpion products. They're really well priced. This is choc mint flavour. I love this because they are stevia sweetened, so they have no nasties in them. And if you have a look at the macros, they're really good. Fat's very low, carbohydrates are very low, protein's really high. The sugars are really low too, 1.8, which is good. And you can see here in the ingredients that, it's got sucralose. Okay, it's not as clean as I thought, but it's still better than a lot of ones out there that you can get. So I'm going to have one of those with some MCT oil in it, about a teaspoon of MCT oil in it. I also have the vanilla, which I use for baking. It's whey protein isolate, so you can sub it for flour in keto cooking. And this one is even less fat and carbs. So I have this one if I'm going to have an iced coffee like I did on the first day. I had that with some coffee in it. The choc mint is really good too, so I'm going to have one of those now. Hey guys, so it's 1:30 and I'm going to have my spring roll in a bowl. I've just reheated it up, and I've put some Frank's hot sauce on it. Hi guys, I just wanted to pop on and show you some meal prepping that I've done. I had 500 grams of extra lean mince, and I've decided to make it into 2 different meals. So I'll flip you around and you can see what I've made. So with one of the meals I've made like a quick and easy spaghetti bolognese. I've used the provolone sauce, which I've talked to you guys about before. It does have a little bit of sugar in it, but I've had no problems on my other rounds using this. Obviously I wouldn't use it twice a day, every day. But you know, you can have a spaghetti bowl every second night or every third night. You really just have to see if you stall with it. I've got some of this Good Sauce sweet chili, which uses stevia. I got this from Low Carb Emporium. Let's see where the ingredients are. There we go. It's really nice and clean. Some mixed herbs and some garlic. So that's all that's in it. With the mince, 100 grams of mince for each one. You can see that it's a little bit oily, but as I said, just see how you go personally, because I don't really have any problems, and if I did, I'd have it maybe every third day, or just have it once a week. And I will have this with zucchini noodles. So what I did with the rest of the mince is I made up 3 servings of a kind of spring roll in a bowl with mince and cabbage, and it just has the beef mince with these ingredients in it. Now I've only put 1 teaspoon of sesame oil in there, and that's for 3 serves, but you can definitely omit that if you want to. So that's that, and you can of course put a fried egg on top as well if you want to, if you have the calories to spare. So I'm just about to make another set of sugar-free jelly gummies. I'm going to do sour strawberry and also sour vanilla berry, and I'll point you guys down so that you can see how to make it. So as you can see, here's my measuring cup, and I have got 1 packet of the strawberry lights. There's 2 in a packet. I've got 1 packet. I've got 1 tablespoon of gelatin, and I've got half a teaspoon of citric acid in there. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of boiling water. So I just mix it all up nicely so that there's no more extra gelatin. The original recipe actually says half a cup, but that is very hard, like the jellies are really hard. And I found if I put 1 cup of water in, then it's still nice and like gummy-ish, but you get double the amount pretty much. And it still works just fine. I have taken these to work though, and they have melted if I left them out of the fridge, so they're not really something that you can take and leave unrefrigerated for a while. Alright, so before I said half a teaspoon of the citric acid, but I actually just put in another half a teaspoon so that it's nice and sour. So it's up to you how much you want to put in. And then I've got my little gummy bear molds, which I just got on eBay, and put them on a tray so that once the liquid's in there you can't pick it up so much. And then they come with little droppers, and just put them in there like that. It takes a little while, but it's nice and meditative. If you don't want to spend the time and put them into little gummy bears, this is the mold that I used the other day. It's got a little silicone bottom. I got it from Kmart. It was $2 or $3. That works really well too. They're like little jelly cups. So that's what I'll do for this one, and also I'll make a batch of the jelly light as well. So while I'm doing this, I'll also talk about the recipes come from, they're essentially like sugar-free keto recipes. They do have, these jelly light do have aspartame in them, I think, which isn't good for you. As I was saying, it might affect your blood sugar levels a little bit, but it's the lesser of 2 evils. Like if you're wanting something sweet on P2, like everyone's different, you need to test it out for yourself and see how you're going to react, but I don't have any problems with them personally. So I've just finished filling up this one over here, and now I'm using the rest of it. Good morning guys, it is day 4 and I did my weigh-in this morning, and I stayed at the same weight I was yesterday, which doesn't surprise me because last night for dinner, and I'll insert a clip here of what I had a really yummy Vietnamese noodle bowl that I found on Elle herself's Instagram, and then I just tweaked it for P2. So I took out the peanuts, I took out the carrot and all that sort of stuff. It's a keto version, and I just made it P2 friendly. So because it has cognac noodles in it, cognac noodles always, they're just 100% fiber, so they'll always sit in your stomach, and They don't put weight on or anything like that. They just simply a bulk in your stomach that keep you full. So I'm not surprised that I have not lost any weight on the scales today, because it usually takes a day or two for them to drop out of your system, and then you see the weight loss. So this morning, I'm going to be at work all day today. So I'm going to have my collagen this morning and my electrolytes, because I just don't feel like having a coffee. My first break is going to be about 11:30, I think. So I will be having the spring roll in a bowl that I made the other day. I've got this biltong as a snack, which is really good. I have to go to Aldi and get some more. There's really very little sugars, very low carb, not too high in protein, but nice and high. And you can see there that it's got a tiny little bit of brown sugar in it, but you know, see how you go. I haven't had any problems. You only have a tiny little bit amount each time, so I'll be snacking on that. I'll also be having one of the, hang on, I'll get it for you. So I'll also be having one of these. These are really, really good. You can get them at Woolworths and Coles. I like the passion fruit flavour, but I haven't tried any other flavours yet. They've got probiotics in them, and it's just flavoured mineral water with stevia. So it's got no sugar, and there's the carbs there. I'm absolutely in love with these. You can see there what it's got in it. It's got erythritol, stevia, and probiotics and sparkling mineral water. So yeah, I'll be having one of those for lunch with my spring roll in a bowl. I usually, because I have 2 breaks at work, 2 half-hour breaks, I usually drink half a can in one break. Although I think I've decided today to have a coffee in one break with my biltong, and in my other break to have this with my spring roll in a bowl. And then tonight for dinner, I'll be having, hang on, I'll turn you around. And for dinner tonight, I'm going to be having the spaghetti bolognese mix that I made the other day on cabbage noodles again, because I really, really liked that. It's a lot nicer than zucchini because it's not really wet like zucchini is. It's super filling and it's really nice. So hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Good morning, guys. It is day 5 today, and I am just having some electrolytes and some collagen. To start off with. So yesterday, as I explained, I didn't have any weight loss because I had the cognac noodles for dinner. So today I am down 300 grams the next morning, which is good. And yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to eat today. For dinner last night, I ended up having the leftover spaghetti bolognese that I have in the cabbage noodles. And so all of those meals are now eaten up that I prepped. So I'm going to be prepping some more stuff today. So I'll show you a little bit later what I end up making. So right now I'm just having some collagen and some electrolytes because I feel a little bit dehydrated. I'll check in with you guys later when I start to cook some stuff. Hi guys, so it's lunchtime and I've got to do some meal prepping because I don't have any more meals left. I've eaten all the ones for the last 4 days. So I had a little look through the things that I feel like I might want to have, and I've decided to do some lemon chicken, and I'm gonna do some fried cabbage, which I'll show you guys when I make it at the time. And today for lunch I'm gonna have just like a little mini salad here that I've got some salad ingredients with my lemon chicken. So I just wanted to show you really quickly how I do the lemon chicken because it's so easy and it's so delicious. So let's get started. So what I've done is I've gotten some organic chicken breast here. I've washed it, and I've also weighed it out into 100-gram portions because that's how much I want to eat, 100 grams raw. And then on the side I can have like a protein shake or some biltong or something, or some collagen, which I take daily anyway, for extra protein. So I've got 4 sheets of baking paper here. It's just like Glad Bake or like baking paper. So I'll just put my portion. I've decided the last time I did it, I actually just did the whole chicken breast in there, but to make it a bit easier for me, I want to pre-portion them so I know every parcel's got 100 grams in it. So I'm just going to put these on the 4 things, so you can see. So I've just put it in like the half. You put the piece of the square bit of baking paper in half. See where you can see, here we go. So in half, I've actually put it at the top of the second half. So then I can close it and wrap it up after. So I've got my 100-gram portions there. Yeah. Just gonna wash my hands because I'm not gonna touch the chicken again. Okay, so what I'm gonna add to this is I'm gonna put a little bit of, this is like a veggie salt. It's so delicious. So I'm going to sprinkle like a good amount of that on there because it just makes it super flavorful. I'm also going to add some potassium salt just to get some extra electrolytes in with the salt that I was already going to use anyway. A bit of pepper. I've decided I'm going to make this one like a lemon pepper. Now I've just sliced up a lemon, put some thin slices. Well, they're not that thin, but you know. I did 8 slices. Did I? 2, 4, I did 6. So I'll cut up another 2 slices. So 2 slices there, and I'll cut up another 2. I have 2 slices on each. So you have a good amount of lemon. And then I'm just going to squeeze like the ends of the lemon just over the chicken, what's left of it, just to not waste it, I guess, and just put a little bit more lemon in there. Alright, so that's done. Then all you do is, yeah, I think you can see this, yep. So I'm just going to fold it over, and then literally it's just like scrunch it up. So we're just trying to make an airtight steam bag is what we're doing. Literally like that. Next one, scrunch it up. This is so yummy, this chicken. It's so tender, so juicy. Smells amazing as well when it's done, and it's so simple. Like, I don't know how long this has just taken me, but you know, we're done. I'm gonna throw it in the air fryer or throw it in your oven. So just a nice little bag. Now obviously you can just do a whole chicken breast, and that's how I normally do it. But as I said, I just wanted to pre-portion it just to make it one step easier. So then I didn't have to weigh the chicken after. I can just, I know that's my serving, there's my lunch done. Throw a salad together or throw some cabbage together. So here's my air fryer thing. I'm just gonna stick them in there or put it in the oven. Now, I don't know if they're all going to fit, but I'll just scrunch this up a little bit more to make sure it's a nice little pocket. And let's see if you can see that. So they're all just sitting in there. So I'm just going to throw that in the oven, in the air fryer, sorry. Let's say 160 degrees in the air fryer for 20 minutes, because they are small portions, and I'll see how that goes, and I'll get back to you once it's cooked. So whilst that's cooking, I also wanted to show you, this is the Thai noodle bowl that I had the other day. I made a second serving, and I don't know if you can see, there's the cognac noodles in the bottom with just some lettuce, and then I put some cherry tomatoes in there. I didn't add the cucumber, but I did in this one, but I will add some cucumber now. And then it's just some barbecue chicken, 100 grams of barbecue chicken, 80 actually cooked of barbecue chicken. And then this sauce is so yummy. I put this with it. This sugar-free. It's monk fruit sweetener, bit of soy sauce, a little bit of sesame oil, some Thai paste, some garlic, and some hot water, and that's it. Like, it's so delicious. It's like a sweet, spicy sauce. So that's what I'm going to have on my salad today. So I'm just going to roughly chop up some lettuce. Sometimes I do weigh my salad, but I just couldn't really be bothered today, so I'm just going to like roughly wing it. And at the end of the day, like, lettuce is nothing. It's a negative calorie food, which means that the body burns more fat. The body burns more fat digesting it than what the actual lettuce has in it. So I'm just going to have maybe a cup of that. I've got a bit of rocket there just to make it a bit different. Make your salad however you want. I like mine chopped up so I can have like a little piece of everything. I'm quite hungry as well, so it's about 12 o'clock, I think. I haven't had anything today yet, just some electrolytes. Yep, so that's about enough lettuce. I'm going to put a handful of rocket on there. Enough too, actually. Throw that on there. It's a nice decent size. Half a cucumber. This is a bit small. It's probably about 40 grams, I think. Let's see. Oh, 63. Way off. What's this bit? 56. Yep, we'll do that bit. Take that bit off. We got that 55. Yep, that'll do. I didn't really want to do a whole lot for my salad today. And I'm not really sure I haven't thought about it a whole lot, what I'm going to do for lunch and dinner tomorrow and Sunday. Tonight and tomorrow I work, so I usually like to have something that's very portable, or I'll eat before I go to work and then just have a shake at work or something like that. So that's that. Put a couple of cherry tomatoes on there. See how you go for yourself, like what works for you and what doesn't. I don't find that that tomatoes really do anything. Jesus, no sharp knife. I don't really find that tomatoes do anything negatively for me, so I don't mind having them. Yep, that's good. And then just a little bit of the dressing that I'm going to put on when my chicken's ready. So that's what I'm going to have. So I'll show you when it's plated up, and that's like as simple as it gets. So, yeah. Alright, so my chicken is done. I'm gonna pop it on the plate so that you can see it. I don't normally serve it like this though, but you certainly can. Unwrap it. And that's what it looks like. Just like perfectly poached, really yummy chicken. I'll cut through it so that you can see. You see that? Really nice and juicy still, completely cooked through. You've got a really yummy lemon flavour, and it's just so good. So that is what I'm gonna have for lunch today. I'm gonna put this out because I don't really want to have it on there. And I'm gonna have some of this sauce as well. Let's get a spoon. Mix it up a little bit. It's like a sweet, spicy sauce. It's really good. So I'm just gonna have, it made 3 servings, but honestly I think it's gonna be more. Like you can see here, this is like 2 tablespoons per serve. You could probably get 4 out of it, really. So that was what, 4 tablespoons I just put on there, and I've still got a heap left, and I've got another size, this size in the fridge. So yeah, that's my lunch today. Bon appetit. It is 4:20. I've had the poached lemon chicken and a salad for lunch. On top of that, I've had 700 mils of electrolytes, and I've had 1 bulletproof coffee. So I had 2 teaspoons of MCT oil in it this morning, if I remember correctly, with some instant coffee and some monk fruit sweetener. I'm not hungry. I do have a bit of a headache. I think it's because I just haven't drunk enough water today. I've just completely forgotten. I've got to leave for work in about 10 minutes. So, as I said, I'm not hungry. Work's going to be busy. I'm not going to have a chance to eat. So I've decided to just cook a steak for dinner. So I'll get a plate out and I'll show you. I've just cooked it in the air fryer. I just cut all the fat off and I cooked it in the air fryer for 10 minutes on 160. See, it's really simple. I put some pepper on it before, like raw, and then cooked it, and then I just put some of the veggie salt on now that it's cooked. So I'm just gonna have that for dinner. Maybe a little bit of the tomato sauce. I use this tomato sauce. It's just the fountain one that's stevia flavored. It's sweetened with stevia, so it's like tomato puree, 84%, stevia, citric acid, salt and natural flavor. The carbs are 2.1 per 15 ml, so that's per tablespoon. So I'm not going to have a tablespoon, maybe half a tablespoon, so it's one calorie and stevia sweetened. So in my opinion, I think that that's fine. You just get it from Woolies or Coles. It's like $3 or $2 for it. So I'm just gonna have a steak tonight. At work, I'm gonna have mineral water like I normally do. And I usually put my Vital Zing stevia drops in it. This one's strawberry kiwi. The one in my bag I think is raspberry, and it just tastes like raspberry soft drink. It's amazing. So I have another 500 mils of water, which will make my total about, it's 700 mils for the electrolytes, and I had some collagen water this morning and some other electrolytes. So that would be roughly 500 mil for that. That is 7, that's 1.2 litres, and then another 500, 1.7 litres roughly. I'll try and drink a bit more then to make it up to 2 litres because I do have a bit of a headache. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to eat this, go to work, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It is day 6 for me today, and as I spoke to you yesterday, I wanted to show you my new Renfo scales. So I'll flip you around and I'll talk to you about my weigh-in this morning and my new set of scales, which I've already hopped on, and I'll walk you through it. So the clear ones at the top, these are my old scales that I got from Kmart on clearance, and they're really good. I just felt like I wanted to get a new set that did Bluetooth to my phone rather than me inputting it every day. So these are the Renfo scales, and they're super sexy. They're super good. I'll show you, this is the box that I showed you yesterday. They're so slim. They're so small and compact and light. So I did my weigh-in this morning on my first set of scales and my second set of scales. And so I'll tell you now the difference and what my weigh-in is. Alright, so on my normal scale, I usually plug it into my Samsung Health because I've got a Samsung. And it's just really easy to do it like that. So this morning I weighed in on the original one at 80.9. So that is a loss of, yesterday I was 81.3. So that's a loss of 400 grams. So I'm pretty much losing 400 grams a day. 300 to 400 grams, which is really, really good. I'm really happy about that. On the new one, I'm just looking on my phone here. So on my new one, I weighed in at 80.7. So that's really good. The weight is, I was a little bit concerned being an older scale. It's sometimes a bit glitchy, and you can weigh yourself 3 times and you'll be different weights. Of course, you're going to pick the lower number, aren't you? That's just being smart. So that was really good to test with a different set of scales that are new, that are higher technology, that I am the same weight. I'm actually a little bit lower, so that's really good. Although when I did get on them this morning really early, I was 80.3, and then I was 80.9 2 hours later. I don't know. Anyway, so that's that. My fat percentage on my old scales was 31.3, and on the new ones is 32.6. So I have a bit more fat than what my other scale is telling me, which is, it's okay, because I was looking at my how much fat I had on me the other day compared to my mum, and I got my mum to hop on on the scales, and she was 28%. Like, she's a little thing. She's like a size 10, no fat, never puts on weight kind of thing, and she had 28%. And I thought, okay, well, that's where I'd like to be, 28% or a bit lower. Like, of course it's going to show up differently on everybody's body, like differently, but it kind of gave me a bit of an idea of a goal. So I'd like to be 28 or below. So now I know that I've got about 4% to go. So I'm just going to show you how it looks in Samsung Health when I do it. I've just got my weight there, and then I've got the percentages. I just manually write them in. Whereas this new one, the Renfo thing, it just automatically Bluetooths it. So you can see there all the statistics that it's just pulled up about my body. It's just incredible. Now, as I said yesterday, the reason I got this scale, it was $47, by the way. Let me just have a look on Amazon while I'm talking on here. The reason I got it is because apparently it's like the gold standard of, it's very similar to a DEXA scan. Now, I need to do a little bit more research because there is a mode called athletic mode, and some people have said that the athletic mode was very close to a DEXA scan. Now, I turned athletic mode on this morning, and it didn't seem right. It already told me I was 25% body fat. and this body ain't 25% body fat. So that's not quite right for me. So then I turned it off, and then I got similar figures to what my normal scales say. So that's what I'm going to go off, the normal one, but I'm going to do a bit more research today. The rechargeable one, so I don't have to put batteries in it. It says you recharge it 2 or 3 times a year, and I thought, that's more environmentally friendly. I'm really happy with that. It cost me $52. Like, it's not a lot of money at all when I was looking at other products, and they were like $250, which I obviously couldn't justify personally. So it's an Amazon choice product. It's got 4.5 stars. It was great. So $51.99 with free delivery. It arrived in 3 days. Now I live rural, like things don't arrive in 3 days, but with Amazon Prime they do. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up here because it's getting a bit long, but I wanted to share my scales with you today, and I'll show you when I go and have some breakfast. I'm probably going to make I think I'm going to have a herbal tea right now, one of the Red Seal ones, because I don't feel like a coffee. So I'm just going to have a Red Seal tea, and I've got some meal prepping to do today because I bought some new meat from Woolworths last night. So I'll show you what I got and do some meal prepping with you. Hi guys. Okay, so I've got a couple of things going on at the moment. So I got this marinated beef from Woolies last night, and the ingredients aren't too bad. Sugar isn't that high on the list, it's down here. And there is 1 gram of sugar per 100 grams and 3 grams of carbs. I'm personally really happy with that. I don't mind. Sugar isn't the first ingredient. So I'm going to cook up this butterflied beef, which should be really nice because the weather is a bit cool now, and I'm just going to pop it in the air fryer, and it says to put it on for 55 minutes, so probably put it on for 40. So I've got my Red Seal tea here that I'm having. It's 10 o'clock, and I'm really hungry now because I just had a steak at 4:30 yesterday, and that's it. So I really feel like cheesy, herby scrambled eggs. So I've got 1 whole egg and 2 egg whites in here with some mixed herbs and some veggie salt, all mixed together in there. The extra egg yolks, I actually cook them up for my dog. She loves egg. They're full of nutrients. They're just a bit high for HCG. Otherwise, I would definitely normally use a whole egg. I'm also going to do some mushrooms. I'm going to cook them both in some MCT oil so that it's a little bit oily for me. Like, it feels a bit fatty and nourishing and comforting. So there's my little bit of oil in there with some pepper and salt ready for my mushrooms. And that's got Parmesan cheese in it as well. I don't think I mentioned that. And I'll put a heap of Parmesan cheese on the top once I've finished cooking the scrambled eggs. Alright, so this is meal 1 today. I've got my herby, cheesy scrambled eggs and my salt and pepper mushrooms. I didn't actually cook the eggs with MCT oil. I just completely forgot. So I've got 1 teaspoon of MCT oil in with the mushrooms to give me a boost of energy, and my Red Seal tea. Alright, so this is just going off. This is 180 for 45 minutes. Yum. I just had a look online to see, is putting it in the air fryer a good idea? And a heap of people said that's how they do their roast beef. And I mean, this is roast beef, right? So I'm just going to carve a little bit of it and see how it turns out. If it's cooked, I mean, enough. Yum. Okay, so I just cut into like the chunkiest bit, and that is definitely done. Definitely. Yum. So guys, that is so easy. Like, this was 700 grams. No, was it? No, hang on, I'll have a look. Yeah, so it was 750 grams. Which is a whole lot of meat. Like, how good is that? It was on special. It was $14. And so simple. Like, I've just got all my roast beef meals there ready. I can freeze it now and throw it on some cauli rice or some cauli mash or whatever. Super happy. Definitely like it. I'm just going to try a bit, taste test it, see how nice it is. Okay. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like garlicky, herby, tomatoey. It's really nice. Next time, I'd actually cook it a little bit less. 40 minutes. 180 at 40 minutes. And I did preheat the air fryer too. But that is really, really good. Highly recommend. Woolies, butterfied beef with garlic and herbs. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to prep it up into 100-gram lots. So now that it's cooked, I'm going to make it 80 grams. I don't know what it's actually going to be, but like technically, because I didn't weigh it beforehand, but I'm happy with just 80-gram lots. Just going to put them in little Chinese containers. And so then I don't have to come back and think, oh, I've got to carve it or I've got to weigh it all out. It's just all done, and it just makes it easier for me. So I just divvied it up into 6 containers. I was going to do 80 grams, but I wasn't going to get as many containers. So now I've got 6. So it's going to be a little bit over 100 grams what it was raw, which I'm happy with. That's not a problem. Because as I keep saying, I'm wanting to make sure that I'm getting enough protein each day so that I'm protecting my hair from falling out and creating too much stress on my body, like I did in round 1. So I'm aiming for 80 grams a day, roughly, of meat or more. Yeah, and I felt really good yesterday, like just having 2 portions of meat and 1 portion of veggies. I still had 600 calories, and I felt good. So yeah, I've just portioned them up. I've got 6 serves now, which is really good. And how easy was that? Like, throw it in the air fryer. I didn't even have to touch it, by the way, either. I just like cut around the packet, tipped it in, and 40 minutes, 180, and it'll be perfect in a preheated air fryer. Good morning, guys. It is day 7 for me today, Sunday. And my weigh-in today was 80.3. So that is a 600-gram loss today, which is awesome. So that brings my total up to 2.3 kilos for the first week. So super, super happy with that. That is incredible. I can't remember what I actually finished vlogging yesterday, but I did have, and I'll leave a picture so that you guys can see it. I wasn't feeling hungry before I left for work, so I didn't eat, and I took like a bar with me that I was going to have, but I ended up being really hungry on the way to work. So what I did, I'm pretty lucky I've got some options at work. I just got the roast beef and veggies, or roast of the day and veggies. And I just asked them for roast beef, and out of the veggies I said, could I just have the broccoli, please? So that cost me $5. As you'll see in the picture, I got a massive serve of beef, about 300 grams, maybe more, like that's cooked, 300 grams. I was like, whoa, $5 for staff. So I brought home 1/3 of it, 2/3 of it, and I ate 1/3 yesterday. So it is 8 o'clock. I've got to go to work today, lunchtime. I also have my staff party tonight, Christmas staff party. It's a bit late. I wasn't originally gonna go because I am quite antisocial, let's be honest. So I'm just gonna go for an hour or two. If I really feel like I want to eat something and there's some meat things there, I'll have that and mineral water. So that's me for today. I don't know what I'm going to eat yet. I've got to think about it. I'm really thirsty. I usually wake up thirsty. I had 3 liters of water yesterday, but it still doesn't seem to matter. The more water I drink, the thirstier I am. I got some chicken as well when I bought that beef at Woolies, and it goes off today. That's why it was on special. So I'm going to throw that in the air fryer. I'll whip you around and you can see it now. I'm going to throw that in the air fryer before I go to work today, so that it's all cooked up, and then I'll put some in the fridge and the rest in the freezer. Alright, so that's the chicken there. Woolworths boneless butterfly chicken, Greek style lemon and herb. So it's $10, originally $15, so I was pretty happy with that, but it is best before today. And if I'll have a look at the macros, carbs are 2, I can deal with that. Fat is really high. It's probably because it's got skin on, so I won't eat the skin. Just be aware of that. And where is sugar? Oh, there's a bit of sugar there, which is that's okay. And sugar down here is 0.9. So 24 grams of protein, fat 13.8. That's too high, honestly. But, I'm going to cook it up. Yeah, I can see that there's skin on it. I'm going to cook it up. I won't eat the skin. And if I stall or something, which I really doubt I will, to be honest. Like, it's very little fat in the grand scheme of things. I find if I keep my fat under 30 grams a day, then I'm fine. But I'll see how I go, because this looks delicious and it's so easy. I'm just going to throw that in the air fryer. Look at that, actually, now that I see that frothing. Alright, so I just preheated the air fryer and then I opened the package and put it in. I can't believe how much chicken there is in there. There is a lot of skin, as you can see. I did cut some of it off because there was so much, but it's gonna give it a lot of flavor, and the marinades on it. So I've just cut it off to make it into pieces so that I could fit it all in there. And then I'm going to put it in the oven. I'll see what it says to put it on for. It says 180 for 25 minutes per 500 grams. Definitely not going to need that long. But, yeah, we'll see. So I'm going to do 180 for 40 minutes and see that. Cool. Wow, okay, so that was 40 minutes at 180. How good does that look? That's 1 kilo of chicken. I'm just going to cut it open and see if it's cooked. Yep, it's cooked. 40 minutes. Done. How easy is that? And that technically should be 10 meals for me. I mean, the skin's going to weigh a little bit. Like if you put them in 100-gram lots, it's going to be 10 meals. But I mean, it's definitely not going to make 10 meals for me, because I'm going to want more than 100 grams, because this looks freaking delicious. But so easy. Just preheat the air fryer, throw it in, done. Didn't even have to do anything, just pulled it out. So easy. So I just cut it all up. I took off most of the fat, and I ended up doing about 95 grams per serve. So I've got 6 serves altogether. And I just write the weight on the top, so that it's easy to put into MyFitnessPal when I get it out and decide to eat it, whether it's in 3 weeks' time or it's tomorrow. So you guys have got to try this. It's so yummy. It's like salty, lemony, herby. So delicious. I'm going to be buying this again. And so easy in the air fryer. Yeah, so good. Good morning, guys. today is Monday, so I've now finished my first whole week of HCG. So I just wanted to pop on and finish this vlog and let you know. So this morning I weighed in and I'm the same weight that I was yesterday. So that's okay. I'm not really sure why. Maybe because I didn't drink enough water. I had about 1.5 litres of water. I didn't end up going to the staff party last night. I just decided that I just wanted to come home and do that. So yesterday I had some leftover roast beef for lunch, and then I had some of the roast chicken that I cooked up the other day as a snack when I came home. I only had 1.5 litres of water, as I said. I came home and then I had cauliflower mash and steak for dinner and a herbal tea. So I think it might be that it's the water. It could just be that it's my body. Who knows? Like, we're complex human beings and some things just don't make sense. Sometimes you do stall for a couple of days and then you lose it all again. So I'm not too worried, but just wanted to check in. I've got a full day of work today and I'll put that in my second vlog for my second week. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave your comments below if you have any questions. Let me know how you're doing on your HCG journey and if this video has really helped you to see what it's like a week in the life of HCG and just how real and successful it is, because it just really is. It's until I tried this product, I never would have imagined that I could have got these results. I lost 2.3 kilos this week, so I'm just on the 80 kilo mark, which is really good. That was my first goal, 80 kilos. Now my second goal is 75. And actually having a look at the Renfo app, it actually says that 72 kilos for me is outside of the overweight range. So this is my first time getting down this low, so I've never really known what is the right weight for my body. So this is a journey still for me figuring this out. So maybe my goal isn't going to be 75 kilos, it might be 72. So I'll just have to wait and see, wait till I get to that weight and